I was good at that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would give head like fucking like twice a day. In the morning
way.
and then after. Yeah.
You just excited all of my men listeners. Maybe even some of the women, but...
Everyone needs to give head. If you don't give head, you need to go check yourself. Are you attracted to men?
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, where we pull back the curtains on the good, the bad, the shocking stories of sugar dating. And you know what? It's kind of quiet in here today in the studio. I've got Lily is out of town. She's on a trip to Napa. Mm-hmm. But I got Kimmy here.
Here I am, everyone. Hey.
Oh my gosh. We have so much to get into. I don't need a guest today. I don't it's just going to be me and Kimmy, and we have so much to talk about.
As we always do.
But before we do get started, I want to thank the fine folks in Ecuador. We just hit the charts in Ecuador. #1.
Whoa.
In the sexuality division. Can you believe that?
Let's go, Ecuador.
Man, so St. Kitts is loving us. We appreciate them. Ecuador has shown some love. And Lebanon, we just debuted on their charts at number 12.
No way.
Yeah.
Damn.
This podcast is going worldwide.
Oh my gosh. They're probably listening to me and they're like, this girl's Persian. She's such a hoe.
We do have some Persian representation here with Kimmy.
Yeah, we got some Middle Eastern in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kimmy's had some interesting things happen to her this week. We're going to talk about those, and then I've got a bunch of listener letters, so I hope we don't run out of time. But you guys know the story, or we've touched on the story about Kimmy's scammer guy.
Yeah.
He's still trying to hit you up. He still thinks that everything is cool.
Yeah, he kept trying to hit me up. He wanted to be with me.
So just to refresh, and for those that maybe haven't listened to the past episodes, Kimmy basically paid a guy $900 to have sex with her in Vegas. True story.
Okay, F you.
And then when they were done, he wanted an additional $2,500.
Yeah, I really just took it out of him. I mean, he wanted some more money. So this was his scam. He had me come for an audition for a show that included a sex scene. And then I needed to pay $600 for a
SAGS card.
The SAGS card. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, it's like an acting card. And then $300 for the hotel room, which the hotel room didn't even cost $300 for one night. He just was pocketing that change too. So overall, pretty decent amount of money. Then after we got done, he was like, "Oh, would you like me to invest? I can invest $2,500 for you and turn it into $60,000 by tomorrow." What? It's Sunday. I'm like, how are you investing it? I'm like, are you gonna gamble it? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, the stock market, day trading. Do you know anything about it? I played dumb. I know a lot about stocks, like a lot, but I knew he was trying to scam me. So I just kind of was just like letting him keep talking and just dig himself into a hole.
And apparently this guy is very wealthy. He owns the Cosmopolitan. I can't believe I can't even believe he tried to pull that one off.
He is actually crazy.
Yeah.
These are lies that 2-year-olds with fucking daddy abandonment issues spin, not grown men. Who is saying they own the Cosmopolitan?
Yeah. So anyway, he shows up in Arizona.
Yeah. Just to backtrack a little bit, he got dirty shoes and a hole in his shirt, a hole that wasn't even supposed to be there. It's not like it's some Yeezy design. It's like he was broke looking. Like, I straight up the second I got back to Phoenix, I went and got an STD test because I was like, this man could have given me HIV. Who knows where he's been?
Right.
But, I'm all clear, guys. Don't you worry. Wink, wink. But yeah, so he came to Phoenix.
And
he tried to see me. He was like, let me know when you're ready. And I'm like, 4? And he's like, for me and you to be together. And I'm like, what? Like, he wanted to be with me. He kept going on about how our sex was so good, which obviously it was because it's sex with me. So amazing.
Hey, if you guys want a visual of Miss Kimmy Day, go to her Instagram at
Kimmy Day. It's KIMMYDAEE.
There you go.
But, you're going to link it, right?
Yeah, it'll be a link to
cool.
a podcast. So.
Well, yeah. Anyways, so he wanted to be with me, actually date me, I guess. I don't really understand, but...
You called him out on his scam.
I did call him out on his scam.
And he's playing... He had no idea what you're talking about.
He was like, what do you mean, scam? He was like, I never scammed you. If anything, you scammed me. I scammed you? What the what are you talking about? He was trying to say because the SAGS card was $3,000 and he paid the majority of it, and that I only put down some of it, and so that I owe him $2,500 for the rest of the SAGS.
He needs to send you a picture of said SAGS card.
I asked for one, and he would not.
Of course, it's fiction.
It's literally fiction, so I don't know.
It doesn't exist.
But he did end up getting explosive once I called him out for scamming.
Right.
He called me a stupid little bitch and said, all I'm good for is pussy. And I quoted him and I go, I want to be with you. I'm like, okay. And then what else did he say? He went on my sneaky website.
Yeah, your OnlyFans website.
And he found some photos of me nude, sent them to me, and goes, I'm sure your family will love to see these.
So now he's threatening you.
Yeah.
To send them to your family.
Yeah, to send my nudes to my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. My parents don't give a fuck at this point.
Well.
Well, they might give a little bit of a fuck, but I'm sure nobody's parents want to see them naked. I mean, I look pretty good naked. I think my parents wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they are probably getting a little suspicious on where all of a sudden this sudden wealth is coming from. Have you had to explain any of that yet?
Nah, it's not. It's not like I'm rolling around in the rolls, right? If I was buying some crazy things, then.
Well, speaking of buying crazy things, you've now decided, and again, guys, Kimmy's mind changes hourly, so this could change by the time this podcast is released.
I would rather have it not changed because I'm very excited about this.
So we've been expecting Kimmy to move to LA where all the action is, but she has decided to stay in Arizona.
Yeah, I decided not only to stay in Arizona, but I want to purchase a home.
Yeah, so we've been home hunting for her.
Yeah, I think I found the one.
Yeah.
I think so. She really speaks to me. I would be super excited to come home to her.
Yeah.
I think that's a good sign.
Actually, we're going to go look at it, I think, again, maybe after the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
See if we can get you qualified. You got a big down payment, so.
Yeah, pretty decent.
Yeah, and your credit's good, so you should be able to get a loan. There's even with these high interest rates, there's still good loans to be had, and there's still some pretty good programs. Mm-hmm. I'm still very bullish on the real estate market, even though we are in a little bit of a downturn. So,
yeah. And
if you plan on keeping it long term, it doesn't matter what you pay.
Yeah, then I'm thinking, because there's so many houses on the market, I'm just going to put a little bit of a lower offer in and hope for the best there. Hopefully they're not getting offers left and right. I'm sure they're not since there's so many.
I'm going to make sure you get a good deal. I mean, I've bought and sold hundreds and hundreds of homes myself for my own self.
You have no idea the amount of happy and gratefulness this will bring into my life. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I would feel so accomplished and good.
All right. So last week I was busy, but these two girls, Kimmy and Lilly, decided to go on a little adventure, go hit the town. I guess you were just bored. You were hungry, right?
Yeah. I mean, I always want to go to dinner.
Yeah. So Lily didn't have anything going on that night. So here, a 52-year-old sugar baby and a 21-year-old sugar baby hit
the town.
Hit Old Town Scottsdale.
It was quite the time.
Oh, I guess you guys can probably imagine. So you went and had some good sushi, I think?
Oh, yeah. And this is just a shout out for any of our Phoenix listeners. Sumo Maya. It is a wonderful restaurant. I love it there. And that's where we went to dinner. Afterwards, we decided to hit the W.
Which is a very swanky hotel on Camelback in Old Town Scottsdale. Is it swanky? There's some ballers there.
Speaking of ballers, we met some ballers there.
Yeah, I know you did. But Kimmy had a little incident that it might have scarred her for life.
I think I need therapy. I can't.
All right, so we are in the desert, and we do have our natural creatures that crawl around. And one thing that's really prevalent in Arizona, and they're not harmful, they're just ugly, is these big American cockroaches. They're huge. And
Fuck those cockroaches.
And they these are not the little German ones that get in the houses and infest all your food. These are just big ones that they come out of the sewer and then they just kind of hang around. They're just ugly.
They come out of the sewer?
Yeah, if you send a camera down any sewer line, they're just infested in the sewers.
Shut the
Yeah. And so a lot of times they'll come up.
I'm going to vomit.
No, a lot of times they'll come up through the sewer system. So that's why we have like grids and strains on our openings of the showers and the...
We got to do a better job of that shit, man.
I mean, there's just nothing you can do. They're
got to be
everywhere.
something. I mean, if we can solve some pretty good big issues.
I know.
We have to be able to solve this cockroach problem.
Yeah, they're just really, really ugly. So anyway, Kimmy was at the hotel up near the pool area.
Yeah, and I knew there was cockroaches there. I mean, I've been to the W before. I see those cockroaches. Last time I was there was one that scurried right past my foot. I was like, ah! So I was like, okay. So
and again, guys, this is a 5-star hotel. There's just nothing you can do to keep these things from the public areas. So it's not a detriment to their cleanliness. It's just these are little bugs just scurry around in the public areas.
There has to be something that I can do about this because this is not okay to me. But anyways, you guys will understand soon. I was sitting on the couch by the pool. They have a lot of these little couches and...
Yeah, and let's explain what you were wearing.
I was wearing a dress.
A little short.
One
piece.
A short dress.
Barely covering the cooch.
Barely covering the cooch. All of a sudden,
Kimmy doesn't like to wear undergarments.
I mean... free the nipple, like I would like to breathe a little bit, get some air up there. Okay. So this is, I hate telling this story. Well,
trigger warning.
Trigger warning. You might vomit. So I'm sitting with my feet down and I'm like, Lily, I'm going to put my feet up because, there's cockroaches scurrying around. I don't want them like crawling up. Right. Mm-hmm. So I have my feet up and right on the couch. And all of a sudden, oh God, I feel a little tickle around my little private area. And so I scream and I stand up because I'm like, holy shit. Because I looked at it, I see a little cockroach right up like my inner thigh. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like screaming and I jump up and I'm looking around and I don't see it. And I'm like, oh, it must have scurried off. I got scared. Right. And so then these guys come over and talk to us because they're like, what in the world just happened over here? So I'm like, a cockroach just fucking tickled my vagina. Like, that's just what happened over here. And so they're like, ew, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, you think I would joke about this shit? I'm like, of course this shit would happen to me. Also, for any listeners who may know what that means, like, is that a symbol that I'm going to die young or something? Like, what does that mean?
You're trying to find meaning into this?
I think there is a meaning with the cockroach crawling on my pussy.
No, just keep going. The story gets better.
So, yeah, so we're talking to him and then like a while goes by and I'm saying a while, like it was 5 whole minutes and I feel a little scurry on my side. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, did something move on my waist? And I'm like, wait a minute, there's something in there.
Like a little lump.
And so I press down on it and I feel it's fucking juices on my side. Ew, I'm so disgusted. You have no idea. I'm disgusted. So I'm like, Lily, we need to go to the bathroom right now. I think there's little fucking cockroaches in my dress. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, we need to go to the fucking bathroom right now. So I pull up my dress all the way in the bathroom. And sure enough, it fucking falls out. You
should see Kimmy now. She is just beside herself. Absolutely.
I'm disturbed. I need therapy. Yeah. I'm billing the W. Here's my fucking therapy bill, W.
Right. Yeah.
I need can you sue for something like this? Are there any lawyer listeners that want to take this case? Like,
it could have happened to any place. I'm telling you, these bugs are everywhere. You can't, it's a part of Arizona. It's like trying to control grasshopper invasions. You can't do it.
Oh, God.
I know.
And then a week later, when I was in Vegas, there was a fucking praying mantis that fucking sat right next to me.
Yeah.
It was right near my thigh, like literally an inch away. And I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I just attract insects and fucking scammers.
Yeah.
So yeah, but something good did come of that night.
What was that?
Lily met
a
rich dude.
Yeah.
An actual rich dude, a Kimmy level rich dude.
Like how rich?
Like he had a big ass mansion. He had us tour his mansion here in Paradise Valley for probably 40 minutes, if not more. We were walking around this house. It was so massive.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with Arizona and the Phoenix area, Paradise Valley can be equal to like Beverly Hills.
Oh, it is like Beverly Hills. I mean, you don't find how it's more expensive even than Beverly Hills, because not by square footage, it's more expensive by like the property. So all the properties are actually a little nicer than Beverly Hills, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Beverly Hills has some of those like fuck you mansions that are like $500 million, right? They're the $300,000 houses. But here it's like I think they start around like 3 million or something. 5 million?
Yeah, probably higher. Yeah, probably
5 million.
5 to 10 million starting range.
Yeah, so
on big lots. So anyway, you guys go to this house, and what happened?
So he had a friend for me, a 33-year-old friend.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Who's an FBI agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool. And so we're just walking around, we're having fun. You know, they're drinking. I'm not drinking because I don't drink. It was all good.
Yeah. Lily has serious fear of missing out. She's just taking every adventure she can.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's the best. Like, it's probably one of my favorite qualities about her, and that may be why we get along so well and we understand each other so well, because we both are always doing something. I mean, come on, she's on a vacation right now with a sugar daddy.
Well, she's having fun, yeah.
Yeah, she's having a good time.
She's experiencing a part of life that she'd never really had the opportunity to experience when she was married previously.
Yeah. And I'm pretending like I just got out of a marriage or something.
Kimmy had another incident this week with a guy who actually borrowed money to take her on a date, and she met him on Seeking. Now, guys, the site, I know you want to meet young, beautiful, willing women, but there's some certain expectations on Seeking.
That is, don't be fucking broke and go on Seeking arrangements. I mean, come on, man. Do you gotta lie to yourself anymore? It's like you're about to file for bankruptcy and you buy a Lamborghini, okay? Like, you are just fucking, you're not making any sense.
Yeah, and rumor has it he actually borrowed money to buy one of your OnlyFans videos.
Yep.
They're not that expensive.
They're not that expensive. He literally, like, how expensive even is it? Like $100 or something?
I don't know. What do you charge for?
You're different.
It's
you're
different.
Not subscribed anymore?
No.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. So they're not that expensive. The fact that he borrowed money it's beyond me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand.
But you called him out on it.
And he got very upset with that.
Yeah.
He was like, you're making shit up. You're lying. So the way I found out actually is really interesting. Since I do OnlyFans and like other types of like Instagram modeling, I have photographers that like I see. And I'm trying to see photographers more now because I don't know, like I have time, but I'm like, why not? So I saw one in Miami recently and then another one here in Phoenix. So when I asked for photographers here in Phoenix, somebody reached out to me on Instagram and was like, hey, I'm a photographer here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, sure, let's do this. And so he was very fast, very readily available. And so then we got together and the night before, this guy, we call him the spiritual guy because he got me these like spiritual bracelets and like this like long thing, prayer beads.
Everybody has nicknames.
Yeah, we have nicknames for all the guys. So the spiritual guy, he's like, well, I connected you to this photographer, and so you need to do a photo shoot for my brand, and I'm coming tomorrow. And keep in mind, I haven't seen this guy in a few weeks, and I had been ignoring him, so he was just trying to come to my photo shoot and like...
And backstory, you guys went out a couple times?
Twice.
Okay. Yeah.
2.
And he never really gave you any allowance or anything?
Nope. The first time, he gave me $100. He's like, that's just to start. It made it seem like there was going to be a lot more of that. And he never gave me anything else besides the bracelet and the prayer beads, which also cost him probably like $200. And that took forever for him to get that too, because, I mean, again, he was broke and I had no idea. So for our second date, he did Uber to like, I'm wondering, do you even drive a car? Because our first date he Ubered, our second date he Ubered. I don't think he has a car. Like I think he may have sold his car because I think he was in a lot of debt. He had owed a lot of money for something.
But he fell head over heels in love with you very quickly, it seems like.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Why do I do this to them?
Guys, even if you see something special in a girl and you want her attention and you want this thing to work, you cannot do the things that Kimmy is about to tell you.
He posted, so I gotta backtrack right to where I was, which was he had this photographer come. This is how I found out all the truth. So photographer, I told him we can do the clothing shoot another day. I don't feel comfortable with you coming because, you know, I'm doing an OnlyFans shoot and I just want it to be me and the photographer, and I'm having him sign an NDA as well so that, you know, no one gets the photos before I release them to be paid, because it's all these things I'm using, you know, make money from. I'm not going to just let him take the photos and do whatever he wants with them, right? So we signed this NDA together. And then while he's there, the photographer's there, this spiritual guy is blowing up the photographer's phone. He called him 26 times, like a fucking crazy girlfriend. 26 times. And the photographer was like, oh my God, this is so weird. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, please don't pick up. This is fucking, please. And so he's blowing up his phone. He's blowing up my phone. He's asking him for the pictures. He's like, let me see the pictures. I want to see, like, all of this stuff. Tell me what's going on. Are you guys talking about me? The photographer is telling me, he's like, how did you meet this guy? And I'm like, on Seeking Arrangements. And he's like, what? He told me he swears he's not on that site. Well, I swear he is, because that's where I fucking, I'm like, do I look like I would go on a date with this? He's like, no, I'm asking because you look way out of his league. Like, I don't understand why you, well, because he was going to give me money. So, you know, and I had some interest in him. I like that he was spiritual because I was on my spiritual journey.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it was all a bunch of bullshit, because someone who's really spiritual and really at peace will not blow up the way this guy did.
Right.
He blew up. So I ended up calling him out. And the photographer also told me that he had been borrowing money from the photographer guy. Borrowing money from him to take me on dates, to pay for my OnlyFans videos.
Yeah.
What? I don't recall how old he is. I'm pretty sure he's in his 40s.
Oh, is he that old?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's obsessed with you.
I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah.
So then he kept texting me. Finally, yesterday, I broke, and I was like, okay, I'm texting this guy back. Okay,
first of all, he was texting you. You blocked him. You had to block him.
Yesterday, yeah. So what happened was he had been texting me, trying to talk to me after the photographer guy came, but I didn't want to say anything yet because I'm like, I'm just going to ignore him, hope it goes away. The problem with him is that he's like a bad rash and he just doesn't go away.
A bad rash.
It just doesn't go away.
Yeah.
So every day it was like texting, calling, DMing, posting about me on his Instagram story. For everyone else to see, too.
Yeah, you're telling us about these stories, and you're like, this is obviously about me.
Yeah, it's like I would read it, and everyone would be like, oh, God, like, this is just about you. And I'm like, yeah, this is fucked up. So then finally I respond, and I'm like, listen, the reason I stopped talking to you, besides the fact that I was not interested to begin with, after 2 dates, I realized I just am not attracted to you, I'm not interested. A lot of it has to do with, I'm a very easy person to like grasp. The way I work is if we have an arrangement, especially if it's off Seeking, even if it's off anything, if I ask you something, you promise me something and you don't deliver, immediately I'm like not interested. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. And that's kind of how I felt with him, is that he promised me a lot and obviously he couldn't deliver because he was borrowing money. I mean, he can't afford the lifestyle he's aiming for right now. Mm-hmm. He's trying to support somebody in some way off Seeking Arrangements when he's borrowing money to buy maybe like $100 video and afford $150, $200 dinner. That's not okay. You know, you have bigger problems. You cannot be looking for a companion, okay? You gotta find peace in yourself and God and just hustle.
Well, yeah, and you need to figure out a way to make more money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta get on your grind. You know, you don't have time for a girlfriend. Like, you can't support anyone. Like, and anyway, so then I finally broke in and I was like, listen, guy, you know, I know what's going on. So I know that you're broke and you've promised a lot of things and you have not delivered. You're just lying to me and yourself right now. And he's going off. Where is this coming from? What? Like, just...
Again, acting dumb like the other guy.
Don't they all?
It's unbelievable.
They all always act dumb. They always act dumb. And he's like, you're just upset for other reasons. He's starting to be mean to me. He's like, you're trying to be rude to me because there's other reasons, and you should not be writing a book. You've done no emotional healing, and you need to go to Landmark, which is like this spiritual retreat cult thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a self-improvement.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd call it, but...
Yeah. And so he's like, you need to go to Landmark, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you need therapy. And he's like, you're being mean and antagonistic. I'm like, well, you just told me to go to Landmark, so I'm telling you to go to therapy, damn it. Mm-hmm. Okay, you just lied to me and yourself. You're in your mid-40s. Okay, grow the fuck up. Mm-hmm. You could die in 10 years. I mean, sorry, didn't want to go there, but I mean, people get health problems and die early, okay?
It happens anytime.
It happens all the time. Like, you cannot... Stop lying, okay? You need therapy. Anyways, so then I finally blocked him. Then he was reaching out to me in my Instagram DMs, and he's sending me screenshots of him messaging me on OnlyFans. And he sent me $40 on OnlyFans.
So you would read his message?
So I would read his message.
Well.
And either way, I didn't fucking read that shit. Yeah, so then he sent it to me on my DMs, hoping that I would read it, and I still was like, just blocked him. And then he reached out to me on another number and texted me. I just was like, oh God, I can't deal with this anymore. And so I did think to myself, I don't want to make an enemy out of this dude. Keep blocking him. I'm just gonna be nice to him. And we're just gonna say, you know what? I don't want to talk to you right now. Maybe this will be different going forward, but like, I don't want to date you either. Maybe we could be friends sometime. Because he was begging my Instagram DMs to be just friends. He's like, at the least, I just want to be friends with you. And I'm like, dear God. Yeah. Okay. So after all of that stuff, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna play nice with this guy. And then, he was like, farewell, Kimmy. Hope to talk to you soon. So yeah, that's how that went.
Well, yeah, that's the wrap up. But we got to listen to all this go down this week. And men, you can't be blowing up women's phones. You can't be basically shaming them into loving you or liking you.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I've toted this guy's book many times, but and he's not a sponsor of ours, but it's basic information that men need to know. So I would highly encourage you to look up Corey Wayne on YouTube, and he has a book called 3% Man. And basically what this guy did was 97%, the shit that 97% of other men do. And you just basically need to learn how to do what the 3% of men do to win a girl's heart. He failed miserably, miserably. It's not all about the money. Obviously, you saw this guy. He didn't really give you much of an allowance.
I saw him again.
Yeah, so it's not all about the money. Absolutely. If there's some chemistry there and you see some future in a person, then you'll go with it. But he shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, and not only that, he was bragging to his friends about me and all that. And the only reason the photographer found me was because he was showing all of his friends my Instagram, being like, "Can you believe I went on a date with this girl?" Mm-hmm. Like, come on. I mean, I understand it's cute to be like, I'm excited about somebody. Yeah. But like, to brag just based off looks is a little. I mean, if you're gonna treat me like an object, you better fucking buy
now,
me.
We do tell that the ultimate accessory for a man is a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
So you were that ultimate accessory.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna treat me like an object, you better fucking pay for it. You can't just walk out of the store holding it.
Yeah.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Hey, thanks for listening so far, and we've got a lot of good stuff still ahead. But I need to take just a minute. I have a friend, Maria Scaptura. She is a PhD student at Virginia Tech, and she's doing some research on sugar dating. And she needs to talk to some sugar daddies and some sugar babies, but mainly we are seeking input from sugar daddies, and she wants to hear your experiences and your pathway into this. Hey, now it's completely anonymous, it's unrecorded, and it's a lot of fun. I did it, and you will really help us out if you give your thoughts and opinions on sugar dating. So go to the website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. Click on the ad. There's a quick survey, or you can email her at Scaptura, at vt.edu, and that's spelled SCAPTURA at vt.edu. All right, back to the show.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Have a comment or want to be on the show? Okay. Find us at secretsofasugardaddy.com. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
All right. Well, we're caught up a little bit with Kimmy. There's so much more, and this gets so deep, but we are going to address some listener letters today. I've been collecting quite a few, so we'll go through these fairly quickly. First one's from Emily. She says, hello, my friends. I started listening to the podcast about 2 weeks ago. Since my friend, who is also a sugar baby, and I had a falling out, I have no one that can relate to my lifestyle. Now, Kimmy, that's the great thing about you and Lily get along so well, is because you relate. And I go back to that party I threw in March for my birthday at the Dua Lipa concert, and we got all the sugar babies in a room together. They had the greatest time because they could all relate to each other.
Yeah, and the thing is that a lot of the public, the general public, judge very hard about this lifestyle, when the fact of the matter is those girls are giving it up for free. I mean, come on, you're on Tinder, you're going to meet up with somebody and you're going to give it up for free? Yeah. I mean, at least I got an exclusive club over here, okay? Right. You got a fucking, some Mexico, Hong Kong shit going on, and I got like the celebrity strip club.
Yeah. All right. She says, the podcast has definitely helped me and given me a lot of relatable laughs. I technically started being a sugar baby 3 years ago, and it was the best time of my life. I mean, you're having a great time, aren't you?
It's a pretty damn good time, yeah.
It is. It happened on accident, and we never titled the relationship a sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship, but it damn sure was one. I don't think I'll ever get up to that level again, and I never hold anyone up to those standards. I took a 3-year break after that, and summer 2022, I decided to get on Seeking. My friend and I both decided we were, and wowee. This is a lifestyle no one can really understand if you really pursue it. Thank you for the podcast, and if you ever need a guest, I'm 1,000% ready to share my stories and experiences. So you can relate to that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And just know, for the ladies listening, if you guys need a friend, I am always open. I mean, you can reach out to me on Instagram. I read all my DMs. I know I have a lot of followers, but I read my DMs every day, multiple times.
There you go.
So I'll respond.
All right. Next message is from Ronald. He says, hi, Marcus. I am in my 70s. Through some crazy things happening and a divorce, I now don't have any extra money. I have a blessed life. I am active, love to hike and camp, and have listened to the podcast. I enjoyed them. I wish I was in a situation where I could be generous like you and Joseph are with some of the girls. My question is, do you see a way I could offer a sugar baby anything so I could enjoy someone's company? Ron. So this is a tough situation.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough situation.
If you want to be in that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some things maybe wrong? A lot of the sugar babies are looking for mentorship. If you have any connections, any skills that you can teach them. Mm-hmm. Not all sugar babies are about the money. You're a networking queen.
Yeah, I have some people I don't ask for money for at all, and they're just really there to mentor me, and that's how that goes.
Yeah. So I think there is a lot of things. I would be upfront.
Yeah, definitely be upfront and clear. If you do not lead somebody on, like I got led on with that guy I just talked about, you want to tell them your situation and what's going on.
Right. So yeah, I would say just be clear if you want to use Seeking, the website to attract sugar babies, be very clear in your profile and about what you can offer. And I think you'll find, just be very genuine.
Definitely, yeah. You can always offer mentorship or, something like that. So.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. I've got a message here from Abdullah. It says, I hope this message finds you well. I just started following the podcast through Spotify, and I really enjoying what I'm listening. Well, I am reaching out hopefully to see or explore this lifestyle to more enjoyable to me without affecting what I have accomplished so far, although I want to enhance it in a way. looking forward to our conversations really soon. So he's definitely from a different country. I can see his phone number is not from the U.S. But yeah, thank you, Abdullah, for listening to the podcast. And
we love you, Abdullah.
Yeah, appreciate that. All right, here's one from Stephanie. Hi, Marcus. I wanted to reach out for some advice from you and your sugar baby co-host. I am new to the sugar baby life. Long story short, I am 40 years old, married, and divorced to two of the same kind of men, parentheses, horrible, and a mother of 3. I'm starting my life over at age 40. I've had successful careers in the past, but they were stopped by my exes. I'm trying to figure out life as a single mom of 3. I want to go back to school to get my bachelor's in business. I also want to start a podcast. I have so many things I want to accomplish, but I feel stuck. I've been struggling to pay the bills, working for a real estate broker as an assistant and cleaning houses. I finally decided to try out the sugar life. This is my first week. I have a few meet and greets set up. I met these men through sugardaddy.com. After finding your podcast, which I absolutely love, I joined Seeking. The entire site freaks me out, LOL. How do I navigate it and weed out the weirdos? Help. Well, I've never tried the other one, but there are definitely some weirdos on any online dating site that you're on. How do you, Kimmy, navigate through? Because I know you get a ton of messages.
Yeah, so I don't. I try to navigate through by, first things first, because I have so many messages. It depends how many messages you have. Okay, If you don't have a lot, then I would take time and try to talk to each person and kind of get a feel. The first thing I look at when I'm looking through people's profiles is, am I attracted to them?
Yeah.
Because, if you have 300 plus people, like, some of them are really fucking hot. Some of them are just absolutely not, you can't, right? They're just like you're not attracted to them at all. So that's the first thing I look at now. Then after that, I look from what I want, can they financially afford me? And if they can't, then out. I don't really judge by the profile, because I have seen in real life, some people lie about how much they make yearly.
Yeah.
A lot of times. I met with this guy who said his total net worth was $10 million. And then he has over $50 million in just real estate and owns a big ass company, right? So he is in like multiple companies. So I'm like, okay, so there's people who lie. You never know.
So you're saying this guy actually understated his income?
A lot of times guys will do that.
Well, Kevin, who's on here frequently, he puts his net worth at $100,000.
Yeah.
Obviously he's worth way more than that.
Exactly.
Big contracts and things like that, but
yeah, so you just never know in that case. But I guess the best teller for me is, like, I look at their photos and I look behind them in the photos. If they're flexing a car like they just rented it, no. But there's ways to tell, right? So sometimes you'll see like the mirror selfie in the bathroom. Pay attention to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the background.
Didn't you see somebody's girlfriend or something in the back in a mirror once? Or who was that? Maybe it was Lily.
I think it was Lily.
Yeah, somebody took a picture and she could actually see like the wife or a girlfriend or something in the mirror.
So ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's funny though. I gotta say, some of these guys are funny.
Yeah, and watch out for guys that have stupid headlines like, "I just here to eat your taco."
Yeah, Lily came across one of those.
Oh man, Lily kind of made a compilation. We should. I don't think we could do it. I was thinking we could put that on our Instagram. Some of the crazy profile photos.
No, we could.
Oh my gosh, some of these guys.
We could, but we would have to like block out their eyes, like, for their identity
or something. Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to expose people, but some of these profiles are just off the hook crazy.
Yeah,
and you're wondering what the hell.
Yeah, I mean, we could critique people's profiles for the cost.
Oh, yeah.
$100 a profile.
Yeah, do a little...
profile cleanup.
Yeah.
Give you advice.
Yeah.
Send
us a little counseling on profiles. Okay, Catherine wrote in and says, your podcast has educated me so much on sugar dating. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to do this for the newbies. I live in Hawaii, so I'm not sure if that makes it any different. When I started, I didn't know what to ask for, pay per meet. So I would say, whatever you're comfortable with giving. I'm too passive and I need improvement. So they would say, a couple $100. I feel like I could ask for at least $5. On one occasion, I said $5, but he said, I think $400 is already a lot for what I'm asking. So we had sex and chatted for about an hour. Is $500 appropriate for that time and sex, or more so for dates and dinner plus sex?
I would say it depends on a lot of factors.
There are a lot of factors to this.
Yes. Some guys, if you are a 10 out of 10, some guys will pay a lot to just sleep with you.
Yeah, but those are rare.
Okay.
Let's talk about normal range people that are like between 6 and 8.
Okay. Between a 6 and an 8, I would say, yeah, $500 is fair. Mm-hmm. I would say so. It really also depends on where you live, right? I know Hawaii is expensive, so it could be more, maybe. Mm-hmm. I know for here in Arizona, $500 is probably great. I've heard of some of these ASU girls getting it for $300, $400 on the site.
It seems to be Arizona, with our expenses and economy, it's anywhere between $350 to $600. It seems to be the average.
Yeah. Although I am no average, and I asked for much more than that.
But you work hard and you bring a lot to the table.
I do bring a lot to the table. I'm also not that type of person who's just going to sit there. Like, I've been on so many dates where, like, guys have been like, this is the first time that someone has engaged with me as much as I have engaged with them.
See, you're a great conversationalist. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone on a meet and greet where I did all the talking, and I don't want to do all the talking.
No,
because
it's exhausting.
I'm asking question after question after question, and they don't seem to be too interested.
Here's the thing. Although it's so much easier for me to sit back and just sit there and look pretty and shut the fuck up, I like to talk when I'm on these dates. I know how it goes. I dated a super rich, successful, busy dude before, and when he's done with working, he doesn't want to talk. He just wants to sit there and be pampered and talked to, and he wants someone to show affection and be sweet and compliment them and, you know, be grateful, like, do the nice things, right? You know, thank you for dinner, you know, thanks for taking time to be here. I know you're a busy person. All of these good things, right? If someone's treating you and, you know, taking care of you in that financial way, then you want to make sure they're happy too. You can't just be there and be like, you know, and if you feel really uncomfortable with the whole situation, don't do it. You know, some people, I feel like they don't want to talk, or they act like they don't want to be there. And it's like, if you don't want to be here, don't. Right? And that also goes into people who rely on this for their income.
Yeah.
Don't do that either, please.
Well, and don't show your desperation. It's very easy for men to pick up on that. And what they're really looking for is a girlfriend experience without the girlfriend drama. So when you're with them for that hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, make them feel good, like you're interested. Try to carry on a good balanced conversation. Don't tell them about all your problems, not in the beginning. They don't want to hear it. They just want to enjoy a nice dinner, enjoy a nice event, have a good time. You go your way, I go mine.
Yeah.
And let's meet up again.
You know what my ex's 4 pillars were?
What's that?
First, give me head.
It's a pretty good one.
Second,
I like it.
Second, don't stress me out. My life's stressful enough. Don't stress me out.
Okay.
Third, always be down. Anything you want to do, he was like, if we want to, after dinner, I want to go smoke hookah. I don't want to hear no.
Right.
Just be down.
I love that.
And then fourth was eat healthy. He's like, you don't have to eat healthy. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But he's like, when it comes, I'm a very healthy person. He was one of those guys who was keto, very built, had no body fat. And so he was like, I want that environment around me. And so if you cook, I want it to be healthy. You know, if we go out, I don't want to go to Taco Bell. Don't suggest it. Like, we're going to go to a nicer dinner. And I was totally cool with that. Even I lost a ton of weight just being around him and got super fit. So,
well, I think actually he had 5. You told me he had 5. The 5th one was refer back to 1.
Always give head.
Yeah.
I was good at that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would give head like fucking like twice a day. In the morning.
Way.
And then after. Yeah.
You just excited all of my men listeners. Maybe even some of the women, but
everyone needs to give head. If you don't give head, you need to go check yourself. Are you attracted to men? No? Okay. Well, you probably don't want to give head.
Yeah, another thing that annoys guys is girls that are pillow princesses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
if you don't really know what a pillow princess is, it's just somebody that just lays there sexually and doesn't really make much of an effort.
I mean, you gotta, my thing is.
That guy will be one and done. He's not going to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I am to sleep with somebody, I will ask them what they like while we're having sex. Because I want to know. And then that helps too. Because everyone is different. Some people just want to fuck. Like, they just want to take advantage of you.
Right.
You know, they just want to pretend that you're a deer caught in the headlights. And they just
Don't ever ask a guy, are you almost there, with that kind of attitude?
Yeah. That is not, do not do that. If someone did that to me, I would slap them. I'd be like, no. And now I'm not going to be there for another 30 minutes. Keep going.
Right? Oh my gosh. No, but basically it all boils down to is just treat him like a king. And I mean, you don't have to give up your dignity, I guess what I'm saying. You don't have to give up your dignity, but just treat him and make him feel special. And you know what? He'll make you feel special. And it's a win-win situation. So, and you know what happens then? The men become more generous and they want to see you and they want to make sure you're taken care of. And sometimes it blossoms into a full-blown relationship. So,
true that.
Yeah. All right. I think I've got a couple more here. All right. This one's from Sarah. Good morning. I came across the podcast the other week and have been binge listening ever since. Thank you. We love binge listeners.
Yep.
They're good for the numbers. So yeah, we love the binge listeners. I'm new to the seeking world and have been dating around the DC area. I hear Amy talk about how great it was for her in Washington, DC, and the amazing arrangements she's had here. Unfortunately, I can't say the same. I've only had one arrangement and it recently ended. I'm back on the site and the profiles of the men just aren't the same quality anymore. In the future, I'd love to see you all host mixers across the country to help connect people instantly without the BS. Unless Amy wants to share her little black book. Thank you for all the helpful advice and tips and tricks. This podcast is a godsend. So thank you, Sarah. I might have read this one before. Well, no.
I don't think so.
No, it's September 9th. Yeah, so she sent it fairly recently. She must be on some of the earlier episodes. Yeah, because Amy's been in school a lot. She's still a big part of the show, but we haven't had her on in a while. But she was a huge part of the show for the first 6 to 8 months. And we did talk a lot about it. She did meet some amazing people in D.C.
Yeah, maybe she could share. And reach out to us on Instagram and we can talk to Amy and see what's up.
All right. This one's from Flight Attendant. Hey, guys. I love the podcast. I'm a flight attendant from the Netherlands and fairly new in the Sugar Bowl. I'm just so surprised about the prices in the Netherlands, around €300 for a date where they expect sex? Hell no. Very, very cheap. So far, I've only had 2 platonic dates. One American guy who gave me €250 to take me out to dinner, and an Irish guy who took me to the spa and gave me €500 for it. Don't get me wrong, it's really not all about the money for me, but there is a reason I started this, obviously. Mainly, I'm looking for a connection, a good vibe. I want to build something and make each other's lives better with each other's presence. Who knows? At some point, I might come across an actual, interesting, and respectful sugar daddy. So far, just little boys and cheap Johns.
Seems like this girl's woke.
Until that time, I'll be listening to your podcast for the tips and tricks or just the juicy stories. Well, hopefully, we do talk about the cheap guys and the boys who are posers, but there are plenty of very high-quality men who will treat you right, and they will make it worth your while. Kimmy's found a lot of those.
Yeah. Also, the Netherlands. She's in the Netherlands, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a little hard because we got the red light district there. You know, you got some... sex is cheap. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So some people might... some men might kind of think that transpires into sugar dating when it doesn't. This isn't like...
Yeah, sugar dating is not prostitution. And unfortunately, a lot of men try to treat it like that.
Yeah. So that's why they're like, oh, well, you're expensive. Well, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not a prostitute.
Right. You're not a prostitute. I'm giving you a quality woman here. Yeah. And we're going to hopefully give you some kind of a really nice girlfriend experience.
Yeah. So.
Where we can enjoy life.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up there.
We don't got any more listener letters?
That was it.
Wow.
So I think we're almost caught up with those. So if you want to share your sugar dating stories and questions, you can always email us or go to our website at secretsofasugardaddy.com and enter it there. Or you can go to our Instagram and DM us there. Like Kimmy, I do check those messages, so you will get right to the source, and we'd appreciate a follow. Also, we got some great links on the bottom of our website. We'd appreciate you clicking on those, and tune in next episode for another fun look at sugar dating. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.